What does the Bible actually say about divorce? Because the church has often gotten this wrong in both directions. Subscribe for one Bible truth every day. Hit that button before we go any further. Most people quote Malachi 2:16. God says he hates divorce, and that's true. But that verse is about men abandoning faithful wives, not a blanket condemnation of everyone who has ever gone through one. Jesus addresses divorce directly in Matthew 19. He upholds the sanctity of marriage and points back to God's original design. One man, one woman for life. But he also permits divorce in cases of sexual immorality. That's an exception clause, not a footnote. Paul adds another in 1 Corinthians 7. If an unbelieving spouse abandons a believer, Paul says the believer is not bound. God does not chain people to abandonment. Deuteronomy 24 actually regulated divorce in ancient Israel specifically to protect women from being discarded without recourse. God's law was shielding the vulnerable, not endorsing easy exits. So what does the Bible actually say? Marriage is sacred and worth fighting for. Divorce is never God's first choice. But Scripture makes room for real human pain. Abandonment, betrayal, abuse, and grace is always in the room. If you or someone you love has been through divorce, this is not condemnation. It's clarity. Subscribe for a new Bible truth every single day. Drop a like if this helped, and comment below. Do you think the church handles divorce well or not? Let's talk about it. Most people only hear half the story. Let's unpack what Scripture actually says. Subscribe for one Bible truth every day. Hit that button before we start. Many people quote Malachi 2:16. God says he hates divorce. But that verse targets men abandoning faithful wives, not a blanket condemnation for everyone.